G'day everyone! Well, I am getting so much closer to actually being able to build walls and furniture and things inside the bus here, but before I do that, I just want to finish off this cab area here because I'm going to be putting two walls at the very front of the bus behind the seats, and I'm going to be building in this step area here. So before I do that, I want to make sure that I finish off the floor and everything else in the cab area here. So I'll get these seats out of the way, I'll give it all a good clean, and then I'll be ready to start laying down the sound deadener. I've just cleaned the whole area with some soapy water, and now I'm going to give it all a good wipe over with this wax and grease remover, just to remove any grease and grime that might still be left and to help the sound deadening mat stick better. Okay, so this is the stuff I'm going to be using. It's sound deadener thermoacoustic dampening sheets. I got it from Carbuilders. I'll put a link in the description below so you guys can check them out. So this box has 12 sheets that are kind of this size, and they're meant to be self-adhesive. So hopefully it's just a matter of cutting them to shape, peeling off the backing and sticking them on. I have no idea, I've never used it before, but we'll see. And also I got this roller that came with it, which will help me to get the sound deadener into all the grooves and everything in the floor. So yeah, let's open it up and see what we've got. Okay, so that's what the sheets look like. They're fairly flexible, and I'm guessing this is the backing, so they're quite sticky underneath. So I'm going to lay these sheets over as much of the floor in the cab area as I can get to, and hopefully that will make a little bit of difference in terms of how much noise is coming up from the engine and underneath when I'm driving. So I started by using whole sheets to cover as much area as I could, and then went back to cut smaller pieces to fill in all of the gaps. The roller helped a lot to get the sheets to stick firmly to the floor and to press them into all the different grooves and everything that were in the floor. And I even used the handle of the roller sometimes for the tighter spaces. And for the really tight corners, you'll notice that I sometimes even used the handle of my scissors just to press the sheets as firmly into the spaces as I could. The sheets were really easy to cut. I used a good pair of scissors and a Stanley knife depending on the sort of cuts I was making, and it was pretty easy to stick them down. this is the end result. I pretty much covered the entire floor on both sides of the cab area and also up the sides and a little bit on top of the engine bay. I made sure I kept all of the seat mounting points and any other holes that I needed access to later on. I made sure I kept all of those free and cut the sound deadener away from those areas. So overall, it looks pretty good. Hopefully it will make the cab a little bit quieter when I'm driving. It should also help a little bit to minimize the heat coming off the engine when I'm driving too. Overall, this was the easiest job so far in the whole build. I don't think I'm going to be able to say the same for the carpet, which I'm going to be laying next. I think that's going to be a lot trickier. We'll find out in the next video.